Assalamu alaikum. You can make $10,000 or even $100,000 in any niche. But the problem is, if you're starting from zero, there's no way you can jump that high because there are three fundamental principles for any Muslim to go from 0 to 10K to 100K with social media. My name is Abdul Rafi, and 3 years ago, I quit my job and took my business to 10K and made a full-time income with social media by using the skills I already have. I've also grown multiple personal brands online for 7-figure Muslim entrepreneurs. And I'm here to show you the exact way you can get more clients and double your prices in any niche without increasing your advertisement budget or doing any sales call. And it's not true talk. This is something I did to go from charging $100 a month to 5 figures a month just from one client. Alhamdulillah. Again, if you want to turn your skills into an online business using content, I've got something really special for you. With this, you just pull up your phone and start making money online right now using organic content. It shows you how to create content in under 5 minutes and turn your skills into 100K a year online business. A short, fun breakdown video with every single tool you need to get started so you can just pull out your phone and start making money online. Grab it for free using the link in the description. Now, the problem with most Muslims, and I'm guilty of this too, and so you think you can go from making 1,000 a month to 10,000 just by raising your prices because you believe your product or service is really good. But the truth is, most buyers aren't ready to buy yet. And when you slap them with premium prices, they just leave and they never come back. I used to make this stupid mistake because in that time I was watching Alex Hormozi, and if you're in the online business space, you know this guy is all over the space talking about making these grand slam offers, and I felt like such an underdog in my community because people are charging 5 grand, 10 grand, even $20,000 a month, and here I am making pennies. I'm grinding every single day, making my clients' lives easier, and I'm barely making enough to justify the time I'm putting in. So I was like, I had enough, I should definitely charge more. And eventually, I got this lead in my DMs. SubhanAllah, a Muslim CEO who is looking to bring some traffic and clients for his startup using social media, and he needed my help for that. Perfect. Right, this is my moment. I've been waiting for an opportunity like this. So we started talking about the process, things I can do for him, and the results I've gotten so far for other people. And then he asked the question, what's your price, by the way? And here I made my big move. I channeled my inner Alex Hormozi and confidently said, 5 grand a month. And then there was just absolute dead silence for about 20 seconds. I could hear my own heartbeat. To be very honest, I could see him laughing through the screen like, what this guy think he is? And then he just hung up. Yeah, that was me getting slapped in the face because I was delusional. You see, in order to charge more for the same solution, you first have to get these 3 things in order. So the first thing, and listen closely because this is by far the most life-changing advice I've ever received. I don't care how good your product is. I don't care if you can transform someone's life or business. You don't charge based on any of that. And definitely not just because you think you are worth 10 grand. Shut up. You charge based on demand. Like how many people are lining up practically begging to work with you. It's about how many leads you're generating, how many sales coming in. That's what gives you the leverage to charge premium. Let me put it this way. Why do Adidas shoes cost 10 grand while the absolute same material from a local shop costs just a few bucks? Is it because Adidas put some gold in it? No, it's because of the brand they've built over the decades and the huge amount of people wanting to buy Adidas. And the same goes for your offer. It doesn't matter if you're twice as good as your competition. If people don't know you exist and you have zero demand, then you have no pricing power. Well, then the obvious question is, how do I create that demand? How do I get people lining up to work with me? Well, there are literally a million ways. You can send cold emails or on paid ads. You can rely on word of mouth. But there's something far greater than all of those combined. Organic business content. Using this business model, you can get your offer in front of the right people. And not just that, but it makes you accessible to those potential clients. Trust me, building your personal brand on social media is the single most powerful lead generation tool available today. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Here we go again. Post on social media. Allahu Akbar. But akhi, let me ask you something. When you see an ad or hear some good things about a product, what is your first reaction? You open Google, check the reviews, tap its name on YouTube, check their Instagram profile. You want to make sure of every single thing before you trust them with your money. If you find out they have 10 followers on Instagram, bad reviews, and no social proof to back up those claims, what would be your reaction then? Now then, I'm good. Even if you like the product, you don't want to risk your money. But now let's flip the script. This time you find someone like Rafi. You go into his profile and see that he has helped quite famous people. He got testimonials, case studies, and he has been producing high quality content for free. It was cheeky, I know. And that brings us to the second fundamental principle. How strong is your personal brand on social media in terms of positive views and the number of followers to back up all those claims? Because a random person scrolling on social media, for him to convert into a paying client, he has to go through different psychological phases. Like, no one is going to see your ad and will be like, okay, let me pull out my credit card. Here, okay, take my money, take some more money. That's not how it works, especially in 2026 when everyone's been burned out by online scammers and fake gurus. First, people have to see you, hear you, know you, trust you, and that's only possible with organic content. I cannot stress this enough. Organic content is absolutely essential. You know, ads won't work nearly as well if there's no organic content backing them up. Even if someone is interested in your offer, he'll be like, all right, man, let me see what this is all about. And then he goes into the rabbit hole of finding actual reviews on Reddit, looking at your comment section on YouTube. He wants to make sure if you're legit. Believe me, organic content gives you the leverage to double your prices depending on how big of a personal brand you are in your niche. But creating organic content alone isn't enough. You need an actual system to get clients come to you. This is where most people mess up. They create content, they build some following, and then they have no idea how to actually convert those people into paying clients. So in order to do that, first you send that traffic to your lead magnet. You get as many leads as possible by solving a problem on a minor scale for absolutely free. Then you sell a low ticket product to those leads to see who's interested in your niche and what you offer. Once that mini offer solves their immediate problem and you also get a good response, then it's time to pitch your core offer. And those clients interested in your lower cost or free offers are significantly more likely to buy your main offer. But don't set your expectations too high, because the vast majority of those views, most of those leads are just there to consume your free content. And if you somehow convert 1% of those people, that's more than enough to make money, grow your business, and attract high-ticket clients who happily pay your premium prices. Your main focus should always be on increasing the conversion rate and getting as many leads as possible. You can use lead magnets like free templates, video training courses, webinars, or workshops. Now you know how to double your prices. The process of building demand, creating social proof, and generating leads. But there's one last thing that's either going to make or break this entire strategy. And this is where I messed up in that story I told you earlier in this video. You know, the CEO who laughed at my 5K offer. What was wrong there? Because I was making content and getting leads from that content. And I also built a personal brand strong enough to show it to my potential clients. So where did I mess up? Why did that person just slap me in the face? Well, for two reasons. First, I was selling the service, not the outcome. And second, I was selling it to the wrong person. And this is the final principle for charging super high prices. You know, back in the days when I was working with clients, I used to pitch them my services. I would say, I'm going to write killer script for your videos. I'm going to edit professionally. I will create eye-catching thumbnails. And you know what would happen then? They would start comparing me to every other video editor or script writer they could find online, and I became just another commodity competing on price. But then I started selling the outcome. Do you want to grow a lifestyle personal brand that gets you leads, generate more sales, and makes you more money without spending extra on advertisement or wasting hours creating content that gets you nowhere? Which option would you prefer? If you're smart, and I know you are because you are still watching this video, the obvious choice is option 2. Second, you have to consider who you are selling to. You have to understand their financial situation, their business stage, their ability to invest. Because what can you possibly expect from a one-person startup, right? Let me give you the most common example. These days, everyone online is teaching you how to get rich, how to make 10K per month online. That's the big promise, that dream every guru is selling. So who's actually watching this type of content? Mostly students and 9 to 5 workers, people who are not financially stable yet and are looking for a way out of their current situation. Now, if you try to sell these people a high ticket product, let's say somewhere between 5K to 10K, that's going to take a serious hit on their savings. But now take that same offer and sell it to a different market. For example, small business owners who are making 3K a month and want to scale it to 10K. Selling to these people would be a lot easier, right? So understand your market and the person you are selling to. And when you do that, using everything I told you in this video for getting so many clients, so you can double your prices, inshallah. On the plus side, if you want to get there fast like Bilal, Ali, or Jason with my personal app, turning your skills into 100K a year online business using this exact business model, I would love to invite you to join my coaching program where we will build a custom content strategy tailored to your skill and brand. The link is in the description. See you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.